Recently, we have had a lot of information about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This information comes from the Ubisoft livestream event, which was Ubisoft Forward. They've also allowed content creators to have a certain amount of time where they get hands-on experience playing Assassin's Creed, and they are allowed to post this content. And what I've done, because I did not have a hands-on experience, I have gathered all that information from all of these content creators, provided it in this one video, which will share all the latest information that we know about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Before I do get into the video, I am streaming over on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday and Friday if you do want to talk a bit more about this game, because it will definitely be brought up a number of times before it's released. Then there is a link in the description down below. Head over to Twitch, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. In the description as well, you'll find other links, which are links to other content creators' videos, as well as the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailers and gameplay videos from Ubisoft, which have been released. If you've missed all of that, it is all there in the description. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you are reliving the Viking invasion of England, and you play as a character named Eivor. Very similar to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you get to decide the gender of Eivor. It could either be male or female. As Eivor, your main goal is to improve your Norse settlement. So as you progress through the game, you have your own land, your own area which you control. And as you play the game, you go through raids, you get loot, you use that loot to improve your settlement. That settlement is then able to improve your equipment with Eivor, your own character, and then you will go on to bigger raids to get bigger loot. This settlement is very close to Eivor's heart. In your settlement, you have an alliance map, which is used to see alliances and to guide for future opportunities. When you start, as already mentioned, you will have a settlement, but you are surrounded by potential enemies, so you need to make alliances quickly, otherwise at any point they can turn against you. With the settlement being very close to Eivor's heart, and that being your main goal for the game, any type of events, activities and challenges that are available throughout the world will allow you to strengthen either and also strengthen your settlement. Other ways is using the crew that comes along with you. You can go into battles and go into raids, and the crew will assist you on all raids, fighting enemies and even stealing cargo. Some of the cargo that you come across will just be way too heavy for you to take by yourself, so they're there to help you carry that back to your settlement. There are ways for you to be strategic when going into any type of assault, and that Eivor can go into any location stealthily to eliminate some of the assets. These assets will then be sabotaged and obviously will not work when it actually comes to the assault. This is a choice that you can make as a player, and is entirely up to you whether or not you want to go in beforehand to sabotage some of the enemy's equipment. But one thing that you will have to do is to get an army together. You must recruit soldiers in nearby towns and get them motivated to fight for a cause. It's been said that sometimes these characters will just join you automatically and are happy to do so if it's for the right cause. Other times these characters will ask for you to do something in return, and that will just lead you to do another mission before you get their loyalty, and as soon as you complete that mission, they're then happy to go into battle with you. As you get deeper into England, Saxon forces will even start pushing back. This is when you'll need to lead massive assaults on heavily guarded Saxon fortresses, and anything that you manage to loot whilst going through these assaults will be used to improve your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and even new settlers. From what we've seen so far, whenever you're near some water, you can actually call your longship. But unlike previous Assassin's Creeds, your longship doesn't actually look like a way for you to start conflict. It's not something where you have cannons on the side and you're able to fire at other ships. This just seems like a way for you to go from point A to point B. There's gameplay that shows the longship being attacked, but at no point can you attack back. It seems that you need to take this longship to shore and then you will fight with your crew, instead of having your crew on the ship and fighting from there. Despite longships not being able to be used for combat, it still says that the longship is a home away from home, because Ubisoft have said that you can find in-depth stories about the crew members and they will also sing songs for you. It's been said that Assassin's Creed Valhalla has the largest variety of enemies in any Assassin's Creed game. Some of these enemies will even coordinate with their allies to perform special attacks. Others will use nearby objects such as throwing rocks, and the thing that I really like is that you will see a behemoth of a guy chucking a dead body at you. Strategy plays a big part in how you fight them. We see this in the 30-minute gameplay that Ubisoft released with the Rued boss battle. Rued will fight alongside his wolf against you, and by taking out the wolf, Rued changes his fighting style. Similar to enemies improving, your combat abilities also improve, because you have new combat abilities such as the Viking harpoon, throwing axes, and you can even dual wield any type of weapons, and this can include 2 shields if you really want. This allows you to customize your fighting style, either being really aggressive or you can take a much more stealth approach. There's also a new stun system that sets you up for more critical damage moves or even a finishing move, and this is to add to the brutality of being a Viking. We see this stun system taking place when Eivor is using a bow. As you aim towards the enemies, certain body parts for the enemy will glow gold. If you hit those body parts, it will stun the enemy, allowing you time to perform your finishing move. Despite all of these new combat systems that have been added for your character, there is actually fewer weapons in Assassin's Creed Valhalla compared to Odyssey. Now there is a reason for this. Ubisoft has said that it's based around you spending more time with a certain weapon. It is an investment for you. Instead of you getting a certain weapon, finding a very similar weapon down the road which just has better stats and swap them, you will actually stick to the weapon that you have, and the weapon that you choose depends on your fighting style. The health system has also changed in Valhalla. Normally you will be able to regenerate health in previous Assassin's Creeds. That's not the case in this game. If you take any damage, your health will stay at that until you hunt, scavenge, and use that to regenerate your health by eating food. One of the most relaxing ways that they show is that you can fish, and by getting those fish you can then have food which will regenerate your health. Hunting and foraging does also have other benefits because you can still use it to upgrade your equipment. This is something we're more familiar with from the previous Assassin's Creeds. As already mentioned, boss battles take place within the world of Assassin's Creed, and we see that with Rued and his wolf. But there are other ones that seem a bit more mystical and magical. This is not actually real life enemies within the game that have these powers, but in fact have been done in a way that it acts as a hallucination. Eivor will find altars around the world, and as you interact with them, what most of the time you find out is that they are a trap, and you can become drugged because of that trap. Those drugs will then result in crazy hallucinations, and that is exactly what you're seeing now on screen. Assassin's Creed always had a stealth element to the game, but it does seem like the old school ways of, say, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, that type of stealth is now being brought back into Valhalla, because Eivor has a hood and cloak that allows you to blend in with crowds. You put that hood up and you can easily walk in and blend with crowds around you. It's also been said that characters around you will respond differently depending if your hood is up or down. Major choices can be made throughout the game, which will affect certain outcomes. What's been shown in the 30-minute Ubisoft gameplay is we see a choice of allowing Rued to live or die at the end of the boss battle. In that gameplay, they make the decision to let Rued live, and as a consequence of that decision, we later see Rued show up at the end of a mission looking for another battle. These decisions go along the lines of Ubisoft saying that they want to make a much deeper world, and that also segues into side quests, events, and world encounters, because they've been noted as being different from previous Assassin's Creed games, as they're supposed to be unpredictable. You'll see different dynamic events within the world, and as you interact with them, they will turn out to be something completely different. The one that has been shown is being able to interact with a cat, and that may just seem as something normal of just petting an animal, but it quickly turns into an event as the cat runs off and a child shows up closely behind, trying to get that cat and track it down. You then have the option to help that child or just let him go on his way. With Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ubisoft are talking about exploring way more than any previous Assassin's Creed game. Ubisoft talk about encouraging exploration by finding unique items in the world. One item that is highlighted is the different books that you can find, and the reason that they are important is because this is how you unlock abilities. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you can see all the unlockable abilities right at the beginning. and you get to decide which row and which area you want to focus on. Ubisoft have changed this because the way that you unlock abilities is by finding the specific books. They've also encouraged exploration by placing these puzzle houses. You'll find houses across the whole world, but you will not be able to walk through the front door. It will be a puzzle for how you get in. And once you do finally get in, this is when you'll be able to get the loot. And it may even be a case of where it could be one of those ability books. Another way that they've encouraged exploration and also challenged your free running is you can find tattoo designs in the world. These tattoo designs will work very similar to the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag sea shanties, where there's a document that will be blowing in the wind and it's your job to chase it down. By getting a tattoo design, you can take that back to your settlement and customize Eivor by putting tattoos on different body parts. To help you explore, you do have the controllable eagle from Origins and Odyssey, except this time you are now controlling a raven. You also have eagle vision, but this time it's called Odin's Sight, and both of these can highlight key areas, interactable areas, just to help you whilst you're traveling. Whilst exploring, and probably a more relaxing way to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla is you can participate within a rock stacking competition, and this is called Building a Cairn, and this is purely just to see how high you can stack rocks within a certain location. And these locations are supposed to be dotted everywhere. This is just a way for you to take a relaxing moment whilst what they say is most of the time being at a very great view. And the final thing is that you can participate within rap battles. Yep, that's right. It's obviously not called a rap battle, instead it's called flighting, but this is an activity that Norse people take part in. It's a battle with a mix of wits and poetry where insults will be thrown back and forth at each other, and the idea is to have a good insult which also results in good rhyme and rhythm. From the gameplay, this just looks like it's an event within the world, but we've also seen that there's set locations to do specific activities. We don't know whether or not there is a flighting group. But anyway guys, that is everything that we know about Assassin's Creed Valhalla so far. It is to be released on 17th of November 2020, and this is a game that I am incredibly excited for. I'm curious in the comment section down below, out of everything that we've talked about in this video, what's the thing that you are most excited for? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Before I go, if you do want to see any more content from me, I am streaming over on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. As said at the beginning, there is a link to that in the description down below. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.